In this video, we're going to be taking a look at making selections using just one of the selection features here inside EasyStone, and that's this first set of functions right here. So on our Selections tab, we have this button that says Mark Selected Object. And so what we're going to do is we're going to mark our red object, so we're going to mark it, and then we're going to say pick up all the red stones that match the fill of what we marked. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a selection, and I have crystal, black diamond, I have orange stones, I have a variety of different stone colors selected, but I want to pick up just my red stones. So when I hit the Create Selection button, what will happen is, as you can see, just my red stones are picked up. Everything else was left alone, which is a very handy feature. Now, what we can also do is we can select more than one object. So I'll select a red stone, hold my Shift key, select orange, hold my Shift key, select yellow, mark those, and now I can say, you know what? Take everything out of everything that I have selected, pick up just the fill that matches what I had marked. So now when I click on Create Selection, now you can see that just the red, orange, and yellow stones that made up my flame are selected. So imagine if I needed to pick up this soccer ball, for example. I can't really just come in here and make a selection and pull out my soccer ball because now I have all these other stones selected. So what I could do is I could just come in here, I just make a swath. See there? I just made a swath and mark it. And now I could say fill, create selection, and just that quick, I've extracted my soccer ball from my flame. Much, much easier than trying to, get real intricate selections. Now, you can do that by fill, by name, by size of stone, by outline color, by outline width, or any combination thereof. So, for example, in my soccer ball, I have black diamond stones that are 6SS, and I have crystal stones that are 6SS. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take one of our 6SS crystal stones, we're going to mark it, we're going to select a bunch of stones, and we're going to say, pick up the stones that match that same size. And here, we can actually have a tolerance value. Pick up that stone that matches the same size, or any stone within 0.4 of a millimeter of that size. So when I hit Create Selection, you're going to see what happens. We get a selection of both black diamond and some crystal 6SS stones, right? But what if I want to change just the crystal 6SS stones? Well, what I can do is I can say, I can mark it, I mark one stone, and then I can say, well, just give me the same stone that matches the size and the fill color. We can still give it a tolerance setting, and then the only stones we'll get all the 6SS crystal stones. The 6SS black diamond stones are not picked up. So that will be extremely helpful to you when you're working with your rhinestone designs to change colors, to change sizes, and so forth. And it's not just specific to rhinestones. These functions will work with any object of any fill or any name or any size. So it can be helpful when you're making selections in more complicated artwork for t-shirt designs and whatnot as well. For example, in a t-shirt design, imagine if I needed to change the color of all my red objects, right? I could just come in here and mark one of the red objects and then say, okay, give me all the red objects. Now all my red objects, I can then change the color to maybe green. And so now all those colors are turned green. So this could be very helpful in lots of different applications. But that just shows you one of the features there in the selections option with that mark selection and create selection objects.